Well, that was not the one that you reordered. It's in the closet, but it's the same damn thing. But okay, alright. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Yo, this your boy K-Down.
Yo, this your boy Easy, most known unknown Easy So back at y'all again.
Hope everyone is having a wonderful day today.
Yeah, it is nice and sunny out in Chicago. Gotta be at least 80. I think I seen 81 degrees today. That is very nice in Chicago, and I haven't heard anything over the police scanner while at work saying anything bad has happened, and that's a plus.
Yeah, you work downtown, not on the West Coast outside.
That don't mean there won't be nothing happening. I've heard a lot of domestic disturbances, people pulling their knives and guns on people. I hear stuff.
Yeah.
Especially down here, because you know people go to the beach down here when it's this nice out.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
I mean, I don't know. I ain't been to the beach.
Well,
a very long time.
I've lived by the beach for a very long time, and I know when it gets this type of nice out there, they heading to the beach. Some people already be prepared for it. Some people get off work ready for it. Some people, the way we used to do it is we be in school and head to the beach, but we ain't been in school in a while. So.
Yeah, even when I was in school, I wasn't in school.
It's a great day. I know it's been a while since we recorded. There was some technical difficulties on, I think, both of our parts, as far as the podcast recording goes. It's been a while. But we do have a page, another page, Oversold Hip Hop and Rap, where I've been discussing battle rap and, a couple of things in hip hop, some things like that. K-Down is soon to get on. I'm just thinking he's been doing other things. But yeah, that's our other page.
I didn't even know about the other page. And I'm so far removed from battle rap.
I mean, it ain't gotta be. See, that's the thing. That's the reason why I made it, because it ain't gotta just be battle rap. It's just hip hop stuff like that.
Yeah. Hip hop doesn't intrigue me anymore right now with guys wearing purses and stuff.
And that's why I only do stuff that I like in hip hop. I do underground hip hop. I've talked about a couple of things in battle rap where it involves hip hop, because a lot of them is hip hop artists or trying to become hip hop artists or been a hip hop artist before. So I do what I want as far as hip hop goes. So if you're looking for some Young Thug or some shit like that, you won't see it. You will not see it on that channel.
Good. All right. Well, we have nothing lined up for today.
As usual, winging it.
But we have a couple stories that we want to touch on.
Some very important stuff that K-Down has informed me of. I did not realize it was still. You know what? I should have been following these cases, but I wasn't.
That my brother D told me about. Yesterday, day before. Yeah, something like that. The first one will be Officer Jason Van Dyke, bitch ass. He is the guy who killed Laquan McDonald in Chicago.
Was that 2015?
Yeah. Now, the young man did have a knife. Yes. The young man did appear to be a little high in the video or off something. Yes. But shooting someone 16 times that have a knife, I don't understand how you can even try to justify that, especially since they hit the ground after the second shot and you continue to shoot.
And was it a regular knife or like a...
It was a knife small enough to not really able to be seen on the dash cam. That's how small it was. And then for you to shoot anyway, and he's not near a cop, and he damn sure wasn't near you since you was in the passenger seat, and you came around the front end of the car and unloaded your gun. That's murder all the way. I mean, I don't see why these cops think that they can just continue to do the shit that they're doing.
You know why? I'm not gonna say it for every cop, but we know why in Chicago. We understand that it's getting to a stigma where it's okay to kill us as long as you're in fear for your life. It don't matter. We gotta be the reasonable one.
But there's no way you can say you're in fear for your life when there's 6 squad cars. So that's 12 officers, 2 officers in each squad car. And one person with a knife that's not even 3 inches long.
That means none of them are still in fear for their life. I get what you're saying. This is the thing. And I've talked to, people in on the police force and people, in government jobs and stuff like that.
2014.
Oh, 2014.
October 20th, 2014 at 9:50.
Okay, yeah, I think it got brought up the year later, and that's why everybody was upset at Rahm and all them. For me, I've talked to a few people who retired from law enforcement and been in law enforcement. Now they made some good points too. That's the thing that sucks so much when you talk to somebody in law enforcement, because you think they're gonna be on your side for the most part, and then they make some points that you kind of gotta adhere to. You can't just be like, oh no, fuck that, man. You whatever you seen what happened, that was egregious and bogus and stuff like that.
Okay, let me put it like this: you're in fear for your life.
Mm-hmm.
He's about middle of the street because he's on the yellow line.
Right.
Officer Jason, that night. This is a 4-lane street. Laquan McDonald is at the white strip. That's what, 4.5, 5 feet?
Okay, so you said middle strip. He's on the left or he's on the right?
No, Van Dyke is directly in the middle of the street, in the turn lane. And there's 2 lanes on the other side. And Laquan McDonald's on the white strip in the middle of those 2 lanes.
Okay.
So he's literally about 5 feet away from me. That's open and shut. That's 5 feet.
So you're saying he had no reason to fear him?
He had no reason to fear nor shoot.
Okay, here's the thing.
It's 5 feet.
Here's the thing I can't.
And he's not charging him. He's literally walking in a straight line and turning around.
Okay, so if you break that video down that we've seen, there's a lot of things that people can bring up as aggressive. The way he's walking is aggressive. Although he's walking away from the officer, it can be considered aggressive. Also, he's not adhering to the cop.
Anything walking away is not aggressive.
I'm just telling you, anything, if you're walking towards it or walking in the direction of a police officer, they're asking you to stop, and you're not, they consider that aggressive. They consider that an escalation of the situation. Sounds pretty crazy to me that if you're walking away, I feel like that's de-escalating the situation, but then that might not be how they see it. And this is the stuff that I'm pretty sure they probably argued in court with this man.
Anything walking away, running away, any of that is non-aggressive. If they can teach you that in arms school to get your FOIA card and your concealed to carry, if they can teach you that there, then they damn sure done taught a fucking cop that. Oh. That's non-aggressive. Anything in the back is non-aggressive. Anything someone's walking away is non-aggressive. Right. Someone can say that I'm gonna fuck you up. If they walking away from you, you gotta wait till they walk towards you to do anything. because it's non-aggressive. Verbal threats are not considered
I hear you, but
imminent danger.
with a weapon, that changes everything. I know
No,
what you're saying.
no,
With
no,
a
no,
weapon,
no, no,
that
no.
changes
No,
everything.
no.
There was
With a gun, it might. With a gun,
with a
it
weapon,
might.
period.
When someone walking away from you with a knife and you shoot them in the back, how can you say that you was in fear for your life?
In the video, that might be what's happening, but it looks like he's walking up on him and then he's walking back.
No,
You
need to
I looked at the video.
I don't know what video you looked at.
I'm just telling you the ways they can swing that type of stuff.
Now,
do I say he reached him? Do I
this
say
point,
he reached him?
if you shoot him at this point right here, that's cool. But if you continue to look, now he's walking away.
Right.
That is not a threat. That is, every time they got closer, he got further.
He got further.
That is not a threat.
If you look at that, right? Where did he get shot? Right in front of the police, right? Now he's not right directly in front of them.
He's in front,
but he's on the side.
He's going to
where
be
the
in front of
police
them.
are.
He's going to be in front of them because they're on both ends of the street. And there's 4 squad cars in the middle of the street.
And
he's going to be in front of them regardless.
I'm telling you, with that type of video, him having a knife in his hand, even though he was walking that, I don't want anybody to think I'm for this man getting off because he should be in jail right now. I'm telling you how they can explain it in that video. We see a scenario where he should be free to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's what we see. They see a scenario where he walks just close enough to the officers. He hasn't dropped the knife yet. Or did he drop the knife? Did he drop the knife?
The knife wasn't even open in his hand.
Then how did he know he had a knife? Somebody said it?
Because you can see the knife. You can clearly see it.
Okay. So still having a knife in his hand, walking close to the cops, not adhering to what they said. If they told him freeze, don't move, these type of things, and he's not listening to those things, whether he was off something or not, that escalates the situation to them.
To get shot 16 times.
No. Now,
to get shot 16 times.
Most cops that I've talked to said it should only took 3 at the most. At the most. The rest was just overkill. That was way overkill. Now, I feel like this motherfucker should have been thrown in jail because he killed a kid. He didn't, it wasn't like what are you doing, like a self-defense type of thing. It wasn't, I don't think the man was in fear because, like Haydown said, they had cops around. How can you be in fear? But
no, if anyone should have been in fear, it's his partner. His partner was closer to the boy than he was. Mm-hmm. His partner never even reached for his gun.
And we also got to take into account how long these officers been on the force. Because a lot of them ain't been on there that long.
That means nothing.
Look,
if you're scared, don't get in a profession where people might be able to shoot at you.
That's what we say. That's what we say. But that don't mean everybody gonna listen. People got bills, and this is why I hate talking about this shit because it makes it seem like I'm rooting for. I'm not rooting for. I fucking despise this dude. You are a pussy punk bitch, as most people would say, because you killed a kid who wasn't even able to defend himself. You know, for no apparent reason. And this is why I told the people that I talk to that are cops and, retired cops, like, that's bullshit. If you are too afraid to be doing your job, don't get the job. Don't be on the job. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with I don't want to get too far off topic, but with, what is that? Fidel Castillo, I'm hoping I probably butchered the man's name, but, it was the same thing. And I'm like, I've never seen a point where a cop comes to the aid of the officer before he comes to the aid of the person. A person is lying in a car dead, and the person next to him is in shock, and you trying to calm your partner down. That shows that person should never been in that situation, and that person handled that situation wrong.
Well, to that point, when it's a officer shooting, someone is always going to go straight to that officer who shot.
I'll be honest with you,
It's
most of the stuff I've seen,
like that.
I've never seen.
They always supposed to pull him off to the side and talk to him. Ask him, is he okay? What's your mind state right now? That's
I've never seen
handbook.
that happen.
That's handbook right there.
So it's handbook. I understand you check with the officer, and then but
See,
they're,
not saying
they're
that every
consoling this man.
not
Consoling this man.
not saying that every officer there is supposed to do it. It's only supposed to be either the partner
Right.
or a sergeant that came out supposed to talk to that officer.
Well, this is why I say that, because it wasn't really talking. It was consoling. Like, are you okay? You know, do you need attention and all that other stuff?
That's what you're supposed to do.
So
That's
you're
what you're supposed to do.
not care about the victims of the.
That's
what's
why
happening.
you have the other officers on scene. You supposed to do that. That's part of the steps. Are you okay? Are you shot? Did you get hit? Was it just you shooting? Did the other person shoot? Those are the steps that you're supposed to take when that happens.
And so knowing something like that with this Laquan McDonald, I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
So with that, this is why I say they can make a really good argument with this video. Because you see the ruthlessness.
You gotta start back up your business. Alright, y'all can't come in here talking. Close that door.
Yeah, start back over what?
Ruthlessness.
I don't even know before point that one. Killing them was ruthlessness?
I don't know, just start back off with ruthlessness and then wing it.
So it was ruthless in the way this man killed, McDonald. I don't agree with it, but see, the system that the cops go through in a video that is shown, you can definitely they can have a legitimate argument. Now, of course, the public is going to be outraged and there's going to be an outcry, but that means nothing to the facts of the case. That's what I had to learn in school when I took law. I had to learn that it don't matter what you feel, it's the facts of the case, and the facts of the case is what annoys the shit out of me, because it pretty much makes it to where a person like this punk ass cop can get away with shit.
The facts of the case is this. The guy, yes, he was not cooperating with them, telling him to stop. No, he wasn't. He was never in a threatening manner. Because if he was in a threatening manner, if he was in a threatening manner, the 4 other cops that was there the whole time would have been shot. You're not even on scene 4 seconds and you done pulled your gun and shot. You just got there. You're not even there long enough to get in danger or feel anything. You stepped right out the squad car, pulled your gun, and shot. Now, like I said, that first squad car that pulled up that he was right there by, now if that person would have pulled their gun and shot, it's a different thing. Because he was close enough. That person in that squad car with the windows down didn't feel like he was going to walk up to the window and try to stab him in the neck to even pull his gun. They stopped and they got out of the car. And they continued to talk to them boy. His squad car pulled up, stop, opens door, closed door, grab gun, shoot, open and close case. Now I can see if there was any one of those other officers that was there beforehand that he actually did get close enough to even touch. He was never within 5 feet of him. And then you damn near shoot your partner by shooting 16 times. Because he literally shot him. The last time he shot him, his partner was walking up to him to kick the knife away.
The only thing I can say, the biggest part of this case, what it came down to, was it an unnecessary killing?
Yes.
Because
he was down with the second shot.
You do know in most cases the cops are gonna back up the cops regardless. So that's gonna make more of a legitimate. Even if we know it's
exactly
bullshit.
why the Justice Department needs to be.
It is very corrupt. It is very corrupt.
Completely reformed from DC all the way down to these.
There are people say there are good cops, and I do believe that, but there are not enough of them. They're not saying enough. You know what I'm saying?
I ask you this: you say there are good cops. If there was a good cop there and he didn't stop him from shooting, does that still make him a good cop?
That's a good question. But here's the thing about that: if you did not know he was gonna pull out a gun, because you said
I'm pretty sure. I'm talking about.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about after he done shot 4 times. And no one tried to stop him.
What happened after that? One, you
continued to shoot.
One, you might not even think he's gonna empty a clip on anybody. He might shoot, but you ain't never expecting him to empty a clip. And I'm pretty sure what happened after that is exactly what you said about with the Castile case. They consoled him, made sure he was okay, asked him where his mind was, the whole nine.
Actually, I don't think he even walked over there toward him. Everybody went to the boy in the video that I've seen. Now, yeah, there was a lot of officers there, but I think they pushed him back. I mean, because come on now, this guy just picked 16.
I think that's what it would come down to. Was it an unnecessary killing? And then was it? Yes. But they have to prove, the defense would have to prove that it was a senseless killing. Because you can't say that he was wrong for killing him, because they're going to argue that he was right for killing him because he had a weapon and he was acting aggressive and he was not listening to. He was not adhering to what officers were saying.
He was not acting aggressive. He never.
It's not that he's acting aggressive. I'm saying they can say he was acting aggressive.
When the video clearly shows he
the
wasn't.
The video shows that from that angle. You never know what other video they got. You never know how.
So if he was acting, that goes back to what I said. If he was acting, first off, you have to go by, was he acting aggressive with Van Dyke? Van Dyke had just got here. If he was acting aggressive before then, he should have had got shot by one of the other officers.
This dude should be fired and disbarred from anything because he didn't follow his 5 steps to what do they call it? 5 steps to a situation. He didn't follow any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this dude needs to be taken off of everything. But here's the issue with that. He might have felt threatened. You might find some other officer to say that they felt threatened. You know what I'm saying? Because he was acting in a way that is not sensible. If I'm a cop and I tell you to freeze, you don't freeze, you keep walking, I'm assuming you don't give a shit about what I just told you. I'm assuming you don't care about the command that I just gave to you. Now I will say this. The other officers might have been thinking, you don't know their situation. They might be thinking like, he's just another kid that might be off something. They might have. Also, this is why I say with these new officers and shit like that, he might not even be new. He might be been on the force for a while, but they don't know shit. So they come in. Now you can tell who a vet officer is because they probably just feeling like, this man probably off something. He probably off some pills. He probably off this. He probably off that. They know another way to handle that situation. He's probably new, fresh off the street with this bullshit, and he just assumed something. Because if K-Down, like K-Down said, if there's already officers there, they're not doing anything, why should you take it overboard? So I feel like he's a retarded motherfucker, but like I said, in the defense of the video, they can say this type of shit and sway a crowd. You know what I'm saying? They can't sway a crowd of us, but that's why you get...
they physically cannot say that. The only way you can say that is if he was there longer than 4 seconds. You cannot feel threatened on the passenger side of the squad car with a kid 5 feet away from you.
But then,
no.
I said
5
he didn't
feet
follow
away
his
from you with
five.
a knife. So there's no way he can say he felt threatened.
He didn't follow his
pulled
5 steps,
up,
but
you pulled up, took your seatbelt off, walked out the car, grabbed your gun, and shot. There's nothing about feeling endangered about that. Nothing at all.
I hear you, K-Down, but this is the thing. They can make that type of argument. Now, we can understand it.
You cannot make that type of argument.
This is all I'm saying. On the outside looking in.
On the outside looking in,
we know what happened.
I'm telling you what just happened.
We know what happened.
3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, it takes longer than 3 seconds for someone to say, "Man, if you come near me, I'm gonna kill you." That took longer than 3 seconds.
When they get to that courtroom, their objective is to argue that what he did was necessary, and they gonna
nothing is necessary about 16 shots.
Nothing at all. I don't disagree with you on that. What I'm saying is that's their goal. They're gonna. The worst thing that probably happened with this case is you have to prove that it was unnecessary. So scratch everything else. It's the 16 shots is what counts. Did he follow protocol? What was the action like around the area? What was the reason that he felt he had to pull his weapon? And I'm guaranteeing you, he might have known that he wasn't afraid or anything like that, but that's what he's gonna say. Well, I felt in fear of my life. The subject was not adhering to all my commands. I took him down. What commands? You never gave me. If I got 4 other officers that said you did.
When I have a video evidence of you pulling up in 3 seconds
First of all, that video got to be put in evidence.
The video was already in evidence.
And what happened?
He got released.
But what happened? See, to us, if it's being released is different to them being. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the problem. This is why the system is so fucked up, because we can see the truth, but when they see it, it's a different fucking story than what we see. I see no different. I see exactly what K-Down's saying, and I'm saying this motherfucker should be in jail, never be able to work again in his life. That's what I see. I don't disagree with what K-Down's saying, but what I'm saying is what they see is a totally different story. You can paint 1,000 different pictures with that video. Okay, I'm telling you, man. This is what I learned when taking law. They can spin that shit. That's why you have type of things like debates and all type of things like that. Because you gotta prepare yourself.
And I did the same thing. But once again, if someone sits there and say, "Oh well, yeah, he gave a command. He gave three commands, and he didn't adhere to any one of them in 3 seconds," that person needs to be kicked out of the motherfucker off the planet. They need to be Sparta kicked in the nearest motherfucking volcano hole.
And then did the other officers give him commands?
That's why I said it would have been different if it was the other officer.
But if
that he actually walked by, that was actually there.
There were multiple officers giving him multiple commands to drop the knife and get on the ground. He did not adhere to those commands.
Then those officers.
It don't matter. It don't matter who takes the shot.
Didn't have the right. No,
it don't matter who takes the shot.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, because you can't say, "Oh, I'm in fear for my life," and because he didn't listen to his words. That don't work. When you at work, you try doing that shit and see what happens.
I know what happened. I know exactly what happened to my black ass shit.
Okay, going to this.
We was talking about that because I believe K-Down said the case was done, right?
No, that case isn't done.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to get all of those.
And I think he should be prosecuted to the full extent because he was not doing his job. He did not follow his commands. He did not follow his situation guides and things like that. What the fuck is the point of training these stupid motherfuckers if they're still gonna happen? And I know.
Well, we don't have a budget to train them. Like literally,
I don't think you really
been in office. We have not had a budget.
This guy is terrible at what he does. I really don't know how he got reelected, but
he didn't get reelected. He got elected, but he will be booted next election. This is first term.
Did he get put in the office? They ain't had no.
They put him in office because everybody in Chicago that's African American believes their vote don't count, so they didn't vote, and that definitely counted. But switching up off of Van Dyke, bitch ass. Yesterday, Betty Shelby, bitch ass.
Another slow ass cop that don't follow procedures.
They found this bitch not guilty.
And I don't think you should just tell everybody that's skinny on who she is just in case they don't know. I know some of y'all know, but just in case.
She's the officer that walked up to the car
In Tulsa.
And killed the unarmed African American man. First off, I haven't seen the video in a while because it just didn't like the video that they had. It wasn't a body cam video.
Right.
It was a helicopter video, and like the helicopter, the shaking and
Because
everything.
for some reason they body cams malfunction and certain shit.
No, I don't think they was that was before it was mandatory for them to wear body cams, I think. Because it just became mandatory in Chicago. Like it was optional. That's why all of our footage come from dash cams, not body cams. But she was acquitted of manslaughter Wednesday. Now, the bitch got away with the manslaughter. But you know, there's always a civil suit that can be done afterwards. And
Hopefully the
I pray
family
to
of
God
that
that
gentleman
the
pursued
family
it.
nail this bitch to the wall along with the rest of the motherfucking Tulsa police department.
Now, did we really look into that one? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot to be said about that one too, including the fact that the man was on some drugs. Seems like always when something like that happens, the man is either on some drugs or he's acting aggressive or he's looking like he might do something egregious and you take a life. So
he wasn't acting aggressive.
no, but they did say he was on drugs at the time.
I mean, like I said, I kind of forgot some of it, but
Yeah, good.
they say he was on drugs,
Right.
but from the video that I remember, I don't see how can she know if he's on drugs because
I think
wasn't-
I'm not. Don't quote me on this because I ain't got it pulled up. But I think they said they had got a call about the man beforehand, and they were saying that he might have been on drugs and stuff like that. So what he was doing in the video kind of looked I guess a person could say he looked kind of sporadic, and like I said, he didn't adhere to her commands and stuff like that. And do I think what she did was wrong and terrible? Yes, of course. But it's all about how the courts see it in Tulsa. And I'm pretty sure it's way worse than in Chicago as far as laws go.
he walked away from her with his hands above his head, stood next to the driver door of his vehicle, and then got shot. Now, if he was on drugs and he was acting erratically, why would you walk to your car with
Yeah,
your
she
hands
should
above your
have. She should
head?
have definitely.
Which is
waited
9
for
times
backup.
out of 10, the reason why he walked back to his car was because she told him to. So, because I didn't get a nice amount of brushes with the cops where I'm pretty sure it was kind of hot in Tulsa that day. So he had his windows up probably for the air conditioning. So if he got out, she probably told him to go back to the car. So he go back to the car, and then she shoots him. his hands above his head. Now, if your hands above your head, what's the threatening gesture in there? What's the threatening gesture in having your hands above your head?
She might have felt like she was in a situation where it wasn't as controlled as it seemed, even though he was listening. I guess the fact that he might have been intoxicated off drugs and stuff like that, the situation could have escalated to where she couldn't have control because he was taller than her. So she can say she was in fear for her life, which she should have assessed the situation and waited for her partner, who was a little bit behind her. I think he was calling in an extra cab. And this is the problem that I have. Like, they're not following the motions. And I understand that when a situation happens, you can't follow everything to a T. But your first job is to the public, to protect the public. There really wasn't no public but that man on that road. You know what I'm saying? So, and his car was broke down. So yeah, I'd be a little agitated too. I think that was why he was agitated, because his car was broke down and he couldn't get no help. That's not his fault. That's what I was telling people. That's not his fault that his car broke down. You know what I'm saying? So now my car break down, that warrants me to die because my car broke down and I need help. And I'm a little frustrated. So when you tell me to do stuff, when you give me a command and I don't automatically do it, I must be aggressive and I must be acting in a non-compliant way. Therefore, that gives you right to take me down, do whatever you want. And I don't think that's right either. Like, I think she should be in jail.
She should be in jail just as well. But here's the thing. If you are a cop, there's no reason why you should be in fear of someone walking away from you. I mean, because if you is on the side of the road, a cop should not even approach you like that. You shouldn't be approached by a cop to where they should be like, "Hey, sir, how you doing? What seems to be the problem today?" And as soon as you tell them you having car trouble, you like, "You want me to call the tow truck?" Now, if anything go beyond that, then that's different. You know, if the person's not responding. But clearly he was not acting from he wasn't. I mean, his arms is up the whole time. His arms is up the whole time and he's cooperating with them. She just it's crazy because she, to me, yes, they can say, "Oh, well, your car," I'm looking at part of it right now, was in, like, it's like towards the middle of the road. Okay, well, if the car broke down and he was trying to get to the side of the road, that's probably why it was like that. But no, her partner was directly behind her. What's like that?
No, I think he was calling for backup at one point in time, and then she went over.
No, what I'm saying is he's 4 feet away from her.
No.
Like, right behind her. Like, and the shot had to come in the back from, like I said, it's not pulling up the video for me, and I don't remember the video 100%, but from these pictures, these moment pictures, it's showing that his hands was up, and he was going back to his car. It's 9 times out of 10 he was told to do. And it's 2 squad cars, 2 officers, one with a gun in her hand, and the other looked like his hand was just resting on top of it, but it's not a real clear picture. So, of him anyway, because he's wearing black and he's in a shade of hair. But hands up, going back to the car, looked like her gun is already drawn. She was just
So,
waiting on him to turn around so she could
here's
shoot.
what had happened, and K-Down was right. Her partner was pretty much right behind her. So it said the police said to Kutcher as he approached the vehicle, but failed to listen to the commands from the officer. Shelby asked Kutcher if the car was his, but only mumbled to himself and didn't respond, according to the affidavit. Kutcher was seen walking to his car with his hands up before reaching into his driver's side window. One of the officers fired his taser at him, which I'm pretty sure that was a partner. Shelby also fired her gun, striking the father for in the lung, police said. So here's my thing about that. I think he was fairly This is a traffic stop. Let's not get that confused. This is a traffic stop. This is not a stop of aggressiveness or nothing like that. There's a guy on the road. His car is stalled out. He needs help. I'm not sure if he called it in or what. So he's like I said, he might be agitated, but that happens when your car is messed up and you can't move, and you think about how much money this gonna cost you. Oh, now you know what I'm saying. That's what I say too. You have thoughts of what is now about to happen, because I know if my car stalled right now and I don't have the money, now I gotta fix this. Now, man, I'm a little agitated. Yeah, because my car is stalling. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I might have to get it stowed. I might have to get it towed. I might be able to get it jump started. But I'm going through the motions of what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Same as you. That's the part that pisses me off, because when it comes to cops, it's like I get no help, no consoling or nothing like that, but you get all the console after you just murdered, me. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. So I think for the most part, it was all well and good for most people. Most people say it was all well and good until he went back to the car and reached in the car. Because that can be considered a threatening motion to any officer. I know it's bullshit, but it can be considered a threatening motion, because you never know what he's gonna come out the car with. They said he was mumbling in this story that I read from NBC, that he was mumbling something. You don't know what's going on. Now, here's the thing. I think the partner had it right as far as if he is going for something in the car, let me tase him, or at least try to get him down, because he's not adhering to the commands we'll give him. Now, from what I've learned from officers, they have their taser on one end, on their weak hand side, and on their strong hand side they have their gun. So they are supposed to know the difference between pulling their taser and pulling their gun. So I'm assuming I don't know what was going through her mind, but the stuff that she did and the way she explained it might have been what saved her. Personally, I think that should be thrown in jail. But the way she reacted, the stuff that might have got miscommunicated, the whole nine might be the reason why she ended up with a verdict of a verdict in her favor on the manslaughter charge.
Pulling a loaded gun and pulling a taser is two different ways.
Definitely. I know you know.
Two completely different ways.
But are you saying in that moment, would you know?
In that moment, first off, you're talking about quote unquote a trained professional.
Mm-hmm.
A training professional should know. Well, first off, let me tell you this. For you to have your taser on your weak side, for you to have anything that you possibly is going to need on your weak side is stupid as hell. For the simple fact, if it's on your weak side, you're never going to reach for it. Because basic reflexes will always move your
Your
strong
strong
hand before your weak hand. Just simple as that. Now, I have seen officers have their gun in their holster on their strong side and the taser on their vest slightly on their strong side, but cocked to where you got your taser right here, you got your gun right there. And it saves them a lot for the simple fact, 80% of officers, when you see them and they're talking, you're taught to stand in non-threatening stance, but where you can quickly react. So you have 80% of officers, I don't know if you realize it, but they stand like this with their hands on their vest. Because with your hands clutching the top of your vest, you can easily move and do what you have to do. So with you having your taser right here, you have to go past your taser to get to your gun. If it's not very threatening, you pull your taser and you shoot. Now if it's life threatening, you pull your gun. That goes back to, I think it happened in Oklahoma as well. He wasn't an officer. He was he was deputized.
I'm trying to see if you're talking about Fruitville Station.
No, not Fruitville Station.
Because that was what they said on that.
He was deputized, but this actually happened before this. But the person didn't die. The person sued and won. He pulled his taser, and he was retired. He only did it part-time, 2 days a week. And he thought he was pulling his taser, but he pulled his gun and he shot the person in the side. He thought he was tasing him, but he only shot once. And from the video, he instantly said, "Sorry, I thought it was my taser." You know, so you can tell that he really was just caught up in the moment. But your taser and your gun has 2 different ways. And yes, I do understand the whole thing about people reaching and you're not knowing what they're reaching for. I completely understand it. But for your partner, this is how, well, of course, 2 different people, but for your partner to see him reach for it and tase him means that your partner had the right mindset. Not threatening, but like I said, his left hand at this moment could have had the taser, because I can't see his left hand in this picture. His left hand could have had the taser in, and his other hand is on
his gun.
Is resting on his gun. Like how I always stand with mine. I always stand with my forearm resting on my gun.
And I'm assuming that's something you learn in the training.
No, that's just something that I just do. But from this picture, she's walking behind him with her gun out already.
I want to make a point. That's also something that you were taught not to do. Well, I've been in training where you taught to not walk directly behind the person, because you never know what could, if they are in arm's reach of you, they can turn around and do anything to you. So she's not following that code. It's certain stuff that they're not following.
Now, not only is she walking behind, I don't know if she's directly behind me. It looks like
she's close enough. I seen it.
Like
she's
2
close
feet.
enough.
Now, you're behind.
Realize this man is a lot bigger than you.
No, she's standing to his right side to give her partner a clear shot. So she's standing to the right side.
So you saying you knew it was coming?
She knew that she had to have sight for her partner. So she's standing to the right. But my thing is, you already have your gun completely out and focused where you already had shot him. Now, I was taught if you're walking with your gun, unless you see your target, your gun nozzle, first off, to shoot very good and accurate. You never aim directly what you want to shoot at. You aim 3 to 6 inches below what you want to shoot at.